basically, I thought about this, and we've already done fire, we've already done water. Obviously, I'm going to get through them all, but I think a huge understatement and something very important is neutrals. Because a lot of people have been asking me what cards should they invest in, what splinters they should be investing in, and the answer is if you're going to invest into something, you should honestly invest into neutral cards first. Neutral cards are the most important because, as I said, especially when you only have like $50 to buy cards, you basically, as you can see, we're not buying levels, so we're not getting improvements, we're just getting a whole bunch of other cards, so that way when you fight people that are renting or have just the starter cards, you have a huge advantage because you've got options. So depending on the different rule sets and the different mana requirements and stuff like that, you have better options than most people, allowing you to hopefully, with some experience and some knowledge, make the right choice and win your battles. So that helps you improve your win rate, and then helps you climb, and then helps you earn more DEC. But honestly, if you had to invest into one thing, I would say neutrals are the most important because, as I said, neutrals are so fucking important because you can play them with all the different splinters. Obviously, there's one rule set where you can't, but ignoring that rule set, you can always play with it. So let's look at neutrals. So I don't know where to start. I'm assuming I'm going to start at legendaries, but I want to cover things like Creeping Ooze, Sandworm. There's so much I want to talk about. So let's start at legendaries. Never mind, this was super easy. So we're still going to do the $50 budget. And if we look here, the only card that is in our budget is a Almo. And as you know, I actually very excitedly, I've got a level 6 one. I just built it. And I was paying 30 and then a whole bunch of 19s. So I don't know, I would say on average about $27. So it's still cheaper than what I paid for it. But I'm glad to see that it's no longer below $20 and it's picked up again. But will we buy the Almo? For $22, basically the immunity means that it's really strong for Earthquake games as well as Poison games. But I think spending half your budget just to basically cover that, it's not worth it. It would be better to buy a Gluttonous Cube for that exact reason. Because Gluttonous Cube, even though it's got a little bit less HP, it's got the Scavenger, so as minions die, it gets more HP. And for that reason, if you want something like that, we'll pick up a level 1. And all that's used for is... So this is $1 spent, and you'll just add this in for those games where you basically you can put it in the back. I mean, you can do the same with a Peaceful Giant, but the main difference is that for 1 mana more, it's got Scavenger, so as minions die from Earthquakes, so if you both have chickens or both have Creeping Ooze, your Gluttonous Cube shoots up in HP, and it should out-sustain everything else. What's very cool is later on, you can see that at level 6 and above, which is... Ooh, that's Gold League and above, sorry, I was just thinking about it. You can get heal, so this is like super obnoxious. It's obviously less seen in silver, but like later on it's actually still viable. But right now I think it's just good enough because when you first start the game, there's very few monsters that have more than 8 HP, but then this is an 8 HP minion that gets more. So what you do is you just put it in the back line, and then it should out-sustain everything unless they've got like heal. So we're picking up one. Let's see what epics there are. So epics are also just very important because when you start the game, you get the commons and the rares for the beta cards as well as the Untamed. So then we'll look at promo, reward, and dice, but those are typically very expensive. So do we like the new snake? I actually think this is pretty good. I like it. I don't think it's the best, but for 3 mana, 1 HP, 2, 1, this is like, I think it's pretty good. I would buy one. And for that reason, I'm gonna buy one. So we will click that. A level 1 Onyx Sentinel. Now that's a toughie. So it's just got 6 HP. Nothing else. It's got the 5 mana and it's got the shield. But I don't like it. I prefer it when it gets Thorns and Void and Return Fire, because then it becomes more like a Lord A. But right now at level 1, I wouldn't say it's that important. Grenadier at level 1 for $5. I don't like it. I know that later on it gets much more viable because it gets Blast for Gold and Diamond League and above, but just having a press and not too much HP, I don't think it's that important. Shit, this is when it's gonna get tough. Okay, so obviously we're not gonna pick. So Raging Impala, it's good, but it's not that good. It's good in when it's not the main tank. If you got a frontline tank and then you got opportunity and other things, it's not bad, but it's still not the best. I like a Warchang. I think if you have a choice between Warchang and the Tortoise Chief, I would say get the Warchang for $15 or $16. Even though this is $15 and $16, we might come back and pick it up. It's also very good, but just what the Warchang gives you is so important because it's got Retaliate, it can attack Archer, and then if it's Super Sneak or Opportunity, it can attack Melee, and it's got lots of HP. And I find a lot of use for the Warchang, and I love putting it in position 6, as I said, when there's opportunity, and when or I like putting this in position 2 if archers can attack from position 1, because then as soon as the main tank dies, it steps in and it's the second tier tank. And if it's in the back in position 6 and it gets attacked by stealth, it does a great job. So I'm picking up a Warchang, and our budget, we still got $50, $30, so I'm still gonna pick up the Tortoise Chief. Main thing is when you start this game, all the magic cards are really shit. So when you start this game, you do need to buy some magic cards, because the ones that they give you are really hideous and really terrible. So you basically have, like, it's like an Elven Mystic is one, and then all the other ones are super squishy. So you have to pick up some. Yeah, you basically have no choice, but you have to pick up some of the newer ones, and that's okay. So now we're switching it to promo, reward, and dice, because those are the cards you won't have access to, because we've already looked at legendaries and epics. We added the Tortoise Chief, but if the budget doesn't justify it, I'm going to take him out. Okay, Gargoyle Lion, I don't like. The Gargoyle Devil, I think there's potential in like Equalizer games. I think it would be very cool in an Equalizer game. But I'm gonna put a maybe on that. Actually, it's cheap. It's pretty fucking cheap. Price can go down because it's a new reward card, so as more and more of these get printed out, the price could drop. Or this could be the bottom and price could increase. I'm not too sure. Highland Archer. Level 1 I don't like. Later on I do like him. But for this price, it's just having an extra level 3 archer to pick up in case you need it. Not bad. Rusty Android, I don't like this card, and I know a lot of people that don't because it doesn't have armor, but it's got Magic Reflect, so maybe it's a viable card. Like, I know Magic Reflect is becoming very popular because of how fucking shitty the current, like, in low level bronze, it's either that you fight Milo with Thorns or you fight the full water deck that has the Magic Reflect. So Magic Reflect against all that magic is really strong. But because I say that, I think there's a more important card. Where is it? Prismatic Energy. Where are you hiding? Yeah, so I would say Prismatic Energy is more important. So it does the job of the Rusty Android, but it does a better job because it's got more HP, it's got magic damage itself. This is such a good card. we're picking one up. I think if you were to buy it, I think you need to buy one actually. And I think we're now over budget, so I will take out the tortoise chief. Shit, chicken's also really good, but fuck. I like chicken, but chicken's not that important. It is that important actually. Like, chicken's the most valuable neutral card in the game because you always have space for chicken, and unless it's like 99 mana, and it basically just takes an opportunity shot, or takes a snare shot, or takes a stealth shot, and it just takes a hit, which could honestly just win you the game. So for that reason, it's the most played card in the game. So it's super strong and super viable, but I don't want to spend, I think the main thing is I don't want to spend half the budget buying the chickens. So I'm not prepared to do that, but I am prepared to buy the bad version of the chicken, which also 1 HP, it costs 1 mana, it's $5, and what it does is basically what the chicken does, but it slows them down, which justifies the 1 mana cost compared to the free card. But obviously, you'll be renting chickens. Like, if you play this game and you're playing it, like, and you're trying to win, you rent a chicken if you can't buy one. I don't know if you want to buy it at $26 for one. If a new chicken comes out, or a new free card, then chicken will basically be useless. So yeah, maybe it's if a new chicken comes out, then the old chicken prices will tank. If a new card doesn't come out, then chicken's still valuable for the wild format. And then prismatic energy is better than the rusty android for what it does. You basically need a sandworm because it has so much damage and it's got sneak. So you buy the sandworm, and the whole point of the sandworm is that in 99 mana games or equalizer, it's got that big 5 HP to help you deal damage. Other cards that are good are the Enchanted Defender. I really like him because I like him at higher levels though, but even at level 1 not too bad because he's got that 4 HP, 4 shield, and then you equalize him. But I will show you, like, if you look at him, it gets much better for level 5. So basically that will cover you for silver because he does 2 damage, he's got 6 armor, and then he's got thorns as well. So he's a super strong, and he's like my go-to card for equalizer games, and then eventually he gets 3 if not 4 damage. So he's super viable, but only for equalizer games. Battering ram, not bad, but because it's got low speed and low HP, not the best. Goblin mech, one of the stronger tanks in the game, but only for bronze. Once you get out of bronze, he doesn't have shield, he doesn't have void, so he becomes a lot less viable. But if you're just climbing through bronze, or you're just playing bronze, if you play like water, he's a better tank than the standard ones, unless you buy Torhelio and some like Sea Monster, but still very good. So how much are our cards at? We had 57, so we got to remove something. I mean, I would literally just remove the, yeah, if it's a choice between prismatic energy and the tortoise chief, I think the main thing that you should also remember is that if you are only planning to play standard and you're not going to play wild, then don't bother with some of these cards. So don't bother with Gluttonous Cube, don't bother with Goblin Mech. Only pick up the new format cards as well as the untamed format cards. And then you can just basically so instead of picking up a Gluttonous Cube, you might want to pick up an Onyx Sentinel. Instead of picking up a Prismatic Energy, oh no, Rusty Android's also old. Yeah, you might consider the Almo then, and you might not consider the chicken or the ooze, but right now, as we know, Untamed is gonna Chaos Legion's only dropping in like weeks, like 2 months time. So for the next 2 months, you're gonna be playing this type of format. So buckle in. If you've got 57 to spend, I would say choose which one. I would say Prismatic Energy is way more important than the Tortoise Chief, so I'd kick out the Tortoise Chief. And then we got $7 to spend extra. Hobgoblin, really shit. Like, I'm sorry, but 5 mana for a 1/2, even though it attacks twice, really shit. Maybe it gets better with levels, but I don't like it at all, to be honest. I think it's really shit. Yeah, I can't emphasize that more than that. It's really terrible. Let's think. Maybe it's a good idea to pick up some beta cards with our last $6. Maybe you pick up like a Centaur. I don't like Peaceful Giants. Cutthroat level 1 is not very good. Okay, if you don't want to pick up beta cards. Yeah, these are just a bit too expensive, unfortunately. We've looked at these reward cards already. We've already got an Earth. Yeah, we do. We've already got our stealth one there. I don't want to just waste cards as well, I guess. $6 to spend. You can buy a Grenadier. That's probably the best option. Maybe you pick it up for equalizer games, basically. Yeah. Okay. Once again, switch out Prismatic Energy if you would like to pick up the Tortoise Chief. But yeah, these are the cards that you pick up, and just to go over it one more time, Gluttonous Cube is used in replacement of an Almo, and you just put it in for Earthquake and Poison games so that it survives and you get the win. The Snake is basically used to win. It's just a good stealth card with armor. Warchang, super useful. The Devil is used as a position 2. Highland Archer, just a level 3 archer that you have more choice. Prismatic Energy, super strong, anti-magic, great in position 2. Creeping Ooze, basically a budget chicken, even though it's not free. You would then just drop it whenever you can. There's a lot of times that you have 1 mana spare. Sandworm, high mana, sneak attacks. Goblin Mech, decent tank, doesn't have the shield or the void that I like, but for $3 it's better than the free tanks that you get, with the exception of maybe Fire's Living Lava and Earth's Mustang. But Death, Life, it's better than the Taunt, and it's better than the I can't remember what it's called. And then the Grenadier, he's decent. He's got a lot of damage for level 3, but he just doesn't have the HP. So he's like the opposite of the Highland Archer, but in equalizer games he'll be very good. Or maybe even in like muted games where you know that there's going to be no sneak attacks and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope this helps, guys. All the best. Cheers. So please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. And if you're a new player, please use the promo code and I will happily send you the $0.5 US back to you. It just lets me know that people are watching and using the promo, and I'm helping new players join the community. Also, if you find me on the Discord, just pop me a message. I'll happily delegate any of the new players some power.